and directing the video for Slow-Motion, which was quite an adventure, because usually it's so difficult. Music videos are completely different than acting in a film, because acting in a film, you have to relinquish yourself to the director and be what they want you to be. In Californication, I had to play myself, so that was kind of awkward. But it was fun. And then I wanted to do the video, and usually being on both sides of the cameras is a pain in the ass, because one's going to fall short unless you have the right people working with you. You can't see it and then be it at the same time. But we had fun. That's why it took 4 days, because we ended up on the last day. It was down Santa Monica Boulevard, an entirely naked girl with a Japanese sex doll mask, and Twiggy in a black wizard's costume, me with zebra stripe makeup in a wheelchair on fire, and no one really even noticed on Santa Monica Boulevard. It was about 2 a.m. That was one of my favorite parts of the video. That was just one element. We also set off road flares in a hotel, but don't tell them, because they'll charge me for it.
So you painted quite a vivid picture there of the video. Were all the concepts your ideas, or did you get other input?
It started out with my ideas, but I collaborated with my romantic partner, Lindsay. We have a very Dali Gala relationship. It started out with more of a concept story, and then it transformed more into what I think is the most important part of what I do. People have always confused me as trying to be shocking. Confusion is a better word. And I think when you make something a question mark, and it lets the viewer or the reader or the listener or whatever medium it might be, lets them make their own image. And that's always, to me, been the most important pieces of art of any sort that I've enjoyed. It's and I don't mean it's just utter nonsense, but utter nonsense sometimes is great as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to ask you about the shock factor. Is that part of your creativity? Do you see that as hand in hand?
Well, it should be stimulating, provocative. I don't think, there's not really anything that can shock me, except if you throw a toaster in a bathtub. That's probably about it. I think that I got this, Johnny Depp and I got matching tattoos, and I think this describes everything we do and why. No reason.
And what is the deal with you and Johnny Depp? So you guys have done a song together, a cover version of You're So Vain. Why that choice?
I think because both of us had a laugh because of what he was going through in his life personally, and the fact that people have attributed, particularly my last 2 albums, to other people, like romantically, and this record has no relations to any romantic. It's not songs about anyone but myself, and so we thought You're So Vain was amusing. And we also thought it was weird when we figured out the words to it, because they were very unusual, because the word gavotte is in it, which means to prance, sort of, and just because it had that word. And Johnny played drums, and he played lead guitar, and I played rhythm guitar, and I sang. But it was, I was on 21 Jump Street when I was 19 years old as an extra. You won't really see me unless you freeze frame it, but... So we've known each other for quite some time, but we've never worked on music together. And I mean, I can say, can't promise that there will be more Johnny Depp and Marilyn Manson live on stage, because he's determined to join the band, and I'm not going to deny him that choice. Who would do that? It's like even if I were to have sex with Johnny Depp, it wouldn't make me gay, because it's Johnny.
Absolutely.
And I have to call him Johnny Depp by his full name, because I make him call me Marilyn Manson by my full name too. We find it amusing.
them's the rules. You can't break them.
No, it's just because when you say first names of people that are famous, it sounds like you're name dropping. But, you know, we have a solid bromance.
You guys performed live at the Revolver Golden God Awards, which was quite an event, not only because of that.
Damien Eccles.
Yes, yeah. Damien Eccles, the rather moving speech that he made, and how it must have felt for you, because you were a big spokesperson for the West Memphis 3. Yes. And they got released, so it must have been quite a momentous occasion for all of you, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, that's always been a very, very heartbreaking situation for me, because to think that somebody spent 18 years in jail, and for the past 2.5 years, I was in contact with his wife, and we would talk, and she would relay messages from him to me. And so I painted a portrait of him and donated it, auctioned it to help, you know, get him released. And Johnny was also very important in it. So that week was the first time I met Damien, and I went over to Johnny's, and it felt like we were brothers. Like he seemed like we felt so comfortable around each other. But I had talked to him on the phone before, and phones were new to him. There weren't cell phones when he went to jail. It's really upsetting and disturbing to know that he lost a great portion of his life, because we're pretty much the same age. And but he doesn't have. He has what he has, and what Johnny has, and what I have is what we all three bonded over. And we jokingly called ourselves the West Hollywood 3, because that's where we live. It's just this still childhood outlook on life. Everything is still exciting. You know, Johnny is not cynical or jaded about things, despite he's the biggest movie star in the world. And Damien Eccles, you know, has every reason to be bitter or scared or who knows, you know, and I have my own reasons. We all have our own reasons for being the way we are, but that was our common bond. So we all got that same tattoo on our back together. We all got this adjoining tattoo on our back, matching tattoos, a full back tattoo. It's a Flowers of Evil. It's a sketch by Charles Baudelaire. But all three of us got it together.
Oh my God, it's huge.
Yeah, we all three got it.
Did you all get it at the same time? Was it like were you like queuing up at the tattooists?
No, it was on separate days, but the same guy did all of them. Yeah.
Wow, that's an amazing thing. It's no small thing to have a huge back tattoo.
Yeah, I never thought I'd get a back tattoo. Yeah, so that was, but it was an important bonding thing. I think that. I don't know. It's very. It's not. It's gonna. I don't know what the word for it is. I feel really happy for him, and I think that it's strange to talk to him, because he in his mind thinks that I've gone through worse than he has, and I think the same about him, and then we both think the same about Johnny, and then Johnny thinks the same about both of us. So it's just strange that we're all. You know, have just like anybody in life have gone through things. We just happen to have gone through them publicly, and so we had a really strong bond, and yeah, it kind of came together there. And it's like a friendship that I really cherish, both of them.
Absolutely. And as we have to wrap up in a minute, on a different note, tomorrow night you're playing the Brixton Academy in London, completely sold out pretty quickly. Feeling a little bit excited about it? Yes, absolutely. I was excited to do the festival that got canceled, but I much prefer doing my own show. Festivals it's a lot of drunken, sweaty, festivals type of thing, and it's always hot. But yeah, I love going back to Brixton. It's kind of where it all started. It's a great place, and it's been a little bit of a while since we've played London proper. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. Okay, well, thank you very much for spending the time to have a chat with me today. And see ya soon.
Yeah.
This has been an exclusive interview from the UK's classic rock station, Planet Rock. For more interviews, news, and classic rock, go to planetrock.com.